Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the Tuesday topic here on Patreon. Normally someone will send a video in, but you know what? Baz wanted to. Should have got Baz to send a video in.
Yeah, in fact, I'll edit it in. Hi guys, it's Baz. I want to talk about Gylfi.
Go on then.
Really,
my mate Gylfi.
Your mate. Splits. No, I don't think splits opinion, but there's a section I feel of people who kind of look and go, what does he do?
You mean people who don't understand football?
I don't want to say that.
Well, I just did.
Just saying.
I seen someone on Twitter say on Saturday night, what are we going to do about Gylfi? That's 2 games in a row. He's been rubbish.
He was by far the best player on the pitch on Saturday, and I mean by far. And the week before he was playing well, and he lasted 40 minutes because Jack got sent off. Yeah. He had to be taken off.
Yeah. I say some people just don't understand football.
Maybe they don't.
But I don't think those people are watching this video, well, okay, because everyone who's on Patreon understands football. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be here.
Exactly. And get more. Why have we got like loads of patrons and loads of you don't comment? Start commenting. It's a community.
Start sending videos in.
Send videos, comment, and tell your mates to pay the 75 pence a week.
You shouldn't even have to be told. You should just send us videos that we can talk about.
Regardless.
Because if you send us a video, we'll make a video, whether it's the Tuesday topic or ask us anything.
Because I know Ross Charlton is sending us a video in.
Ross Charlton has had to learn about technology.
He's had to learn about WeTransfer.com.
He didn't even know what WhatsApp was, and he probably still doesn't because he clearly hasn't got it.
No, he hasn't got it. Anyway, back to Gylfi.
It's easier to send via WhatsApp.
Much
I
easier.
actually give my personal phone number out to you people. That's how much I trust you.
It's a second phone. Well, don't give that info. Yeah, so Gylfi. So, because I think the price tag hasn't done him any favours. Obviously, he doesn't choose how much people pay for him.
Yeah.
Because I think people look at him and expect him to be like lightning or to dribble past 6 or 7 men and score goals every week. He's not that kind of player. He's a very, very clever footballer. He's always in control of the ball. His dead balls are fantastic. His set pieces is
cold up there.
Better. It's cold.
Iceland.
It is. His set plays are fantastic. I just think he's a really important player for us.
Yeah,
but he's also a player that can play a number of positions, and I'm not advocating him going out wide. But what I mean by that is
he ain't going out wide.
He's not. He can drop back and play an number 8 position, as well as if we wanted to put Bernard in as well, say for argument's sake. So for me, I think he's made a really good start of the season, and I just don't understand what people aren't seeing that the majority sees.
I think some people think Gylfi Sigurdsson has to be like Ericsson, right?
Okay, yeah.
Ericsson now plays in a team that is a lot more settled. He's been part of that settled, development, and also he had a couple of years where he had to find his feet. Gylfi came in from Swansea. At Swansea, he was the main man. Everything went through him. He played in it. He played in that number 10. He played sometimes off the forward. He certainly in the back end of the season, before we signed him, he and Lorente had a brilliant partnership.
Didn't he?
They kept them up, and all his stats were there. I remember looking at all his stats when we were linked to them, and like Ross's stats, looking at them going, and his stats compared to Ross's were just miles better than Ross's.
In the top 3 for the last.
Miles better than Ross Barkley's stats. But then last season he come in late. That no pre-season. It was noticeable. But that period between October and February, he was really good for us in a team that lacked creativity. And I just think this season he's come in, and again because of the World Cup, he hasn't had a massive pre-season. But I think he's hit the ground running a lot quicker because obviously. Yeah. There has been less time between the World Cup and now. And for me, I think he's a fantastic footballer. I think I mean, look at the goals on Saturday. The first goal, it's his run, picking up the ball and committing a defender to win the free kick. That to me, that's exactly what you want. But then the manager's put him on all the set pieces now as well, and he's got the variation. So it makes it a lot easier. And that second half, when he just started to play in the pocket and play high, play high up the pitch, and players knowing that if they pop it to him, they're going to get it back because he's so good on the ball. You watch him when he's on the ball. You watch him. I love the ball. I love it when people play passes to him. Know that he has to stretch for. Watch as he stretches. He stretches and controls in the same movement. He's brilliant.
And he's got that ability to open defences up. He has. We've seen it at the weekend. Reverse play, the one-touch stuff. He's strong. He works hard. He runs he does more running than everybody on the pitch. You know, you're getting a shift at him. There was one on Saturday in the first half where I think we give the ball away. It might have been a corner, and they cleared it and broke. And I think Baines wins it. It's Gylfi and Baines against Ings and someone at the back, and Baines slides and wins it, and he brings the ball away, and he was almost like our centre back. That he dropped into that position, and then he ends up playing a great ball up to Walcott, and Bertrand comes over the top, and we get a free kick, which we then have an attempt at goal from his step up. And it's all of that. The players trust him, they give him the ball. He's always seems to have time on the ball. There's little things he can do a little bit better. Take a chance with his left foot sometimes, you know. He's not the quickest, so he's never gonna like beat you in a foot race. He's not gonna knock the ball past you and run past you, but his cleverness and his ability to pick passes and find passes, and he's also got a worldie in his locker, which he proved. Like, I mean, last season Hadjuk split away, ridiculous goal. Southampton away, incredible goal. Swansea at home, incredible goal. You know, we had the nice little turn against Huddersfield at home, and he scored. So he got himself, you know, Anfield in the FA Cup, and he just passed it in. He got himself on the end of things last season in a team that didn't really create anything. So when we've got players like Richarlison, and you've got Theo Walcott, and we've got Bernard to come in, and he'll get chances, Gylfi, and he'll score. What I want to see though is score some set plays, for God's sake. Swansea's just
I want to. I mean, I think he's just got to become the conductor in the middle of the park. He's got to be the player that it all goes through, and that, I think that'll happen. I think the team, as the team finds its feet, and as players are, the opposition players are not sure. Now, right, we've got. You look at the side now, and I think what we've got for the first time in a while is balance.
We have.
I think we've got balance all over the pitch now. I think having someone on the left that really can create, someone on the right that can create. I mean, back end of last season, everything went through Walcott.
Yeah, that was
everything went through Walcott. Now you've got Richarlison. Now you've got Gylfi playing central, and suddenly it's, if a player's got the ball, what does he do with it? Does he go wide? Does he go through the middle? Gylfi, if he gets the ball, what does he do? Does he
go into Jenk
and get it back, or does he go wide? It creates different things. But I think what Gylfi Sigurdsson wants and likes around them is good players. For Iceland, and certainly when he's at Swansea, I feel like the team was almost built around them. And I think at Iceland it was exactly the same. But there doesn't come an arrogance with that. That there becomes a. I think with Iceland, because the team's geared to get the best out of him, it works hard for him. But in working hard for him, he works as hard back, because it's almost like that. You know, if you do it for me, I'll do it for you. And I think there was a game in the World Cup where was one of the players injured or suspended or whatever, and he had to drop back, and instead of being that number 10 who was like playing out almost as a striker, he suddenly become part of the midfield. And it didn't, you know, it did change his game, but it didn't change his approach to the game. He worked hard, he's got his foot in. When he got the ball, he tried to be creative with it, but there was that little bit of, you know, he restricted himself because he knew he had to, because he was working for the team. I think that's what you get with Gylfi Sigurdsson. You get a player who puts the team first. And I think if the team grows the way we want it to grow, you know, he'll grow with it, and I think that's so important, because I think that's what we've missed so far with Gylfi Sigurdsson. We've missed that ability to turn games, which it hasn't been there, because all the other parts, I think you're right about Gylfi. He's not someone who's just going to take everyone on. He's just not that kind of player. But I think he'll grow. I think more will come from him when more comes from others, if that makes sense. because he's not someone who can just go, oh, I'm going to do it all on my own. He needs other players to do that with him.
I think what else is key, and I'd said this at the time when I'd done the very first tactics thing for Peyton, how Marco Silva might play out, is that he would be the key to the works, because he is, like you just said, he's almost the conductor of things. He keeps everything going, but in that final third where it's key, whereas Schneiderlin may do it deeper, he does it in the final third, which is where you need it. But what he will do is he keeps hold of the ball long enough for your fullbacks to join in, so they know that he's got it. He's going to bring those fullbacks into the game, and those fullbacks pushing on means we've got 7 players on the edge of their box, which means we're going to get chances. And if you do that, as opposed to knocking it in, and you as a fullback thinking he's not going to keep hold of this, I can't go. I think they know he's clever enough and good enough to go, I can make the angle for him, he'll give it me. Baines, you see him all the time, and he'll look for him. Baines will knock it, and Baines will carry on running, because he knows in general he's going to get it back from him. Seamus on the other side, so you can't. It's like the Tosin thing a little bit. People need to look around it, not just what it is. So Jen Tosin isn't bad because he doesn't score a goal. So you don't look and go, well, he hasn't scored, he's crap, he hasn't performed. Gylfi hasn't scored a free kick, so he's not very good. Or Gylfi hasn't done this today, he's not very good. Look around it, look at the job that they're doing, the key in those areas. You know what?
I think these people who are criticising aren't actually in the game. At the game, they're watching the highlights on Match of the Day, and they're only seeing, and they're just seeing the
like 7-minute package. That
they're not seeing how a player like him contributes to the entire game and to the team. Don't forget as well, this is a very basic thing, but he's a good footballer. You know, if you give him the ball, he ain't gonna lose the ball.
No.
He's gonna get it and use it. He's gonna use it, and more of those kind of players you've got in your team, the better it is. You know, all the best teams are the teams that you worry about, that if you lose the ball. I watched Man City yesterday, and I watched the way they just get into your area, or into your half, sorry, and they just move the ball, and they just keep the ball, and it's everyone knows how good they are, right? So no one wants to press them, because they know that if you press, you create space. And once you create space, they're good enough to get it. But when teams try and play that who aren't that good, if you're the opposition, you go, you look at them straight away, and you watch them and you go, did you see that first touch of him? Next time, I'm on him. Yeah. Because he will lose that, he will panic, and he will lose that ball. And we're on it, and next minute we're breaking. And that's where Everton have suffered, I think, in the last couple of years, is not having enough good players on. We've seen it last year, we've seen it with Wayne, we've seen it with Tom Davies as well. Is that it didn't even take with Wayne, it took pressure, and I think that's why, one of the reasons Wayne has been allowed to leave. And I think it's benefiting everyone. I think Wayne's having a great time. It's not. They
won again.
Won again last night. They're almost in the playoffs now. Yeah. But I think Silva might have looked at it and gone, if he's playing there and he's getting pressured, and he hasn't got the legs to get away from them, and we lose the ball, we've got 7 players, like you just said, in their half. They're away, I can't have that. No. So it might just be a better thing. But I think with Gylfi, Gylfi manipulates the ball so well, and moves it so well, that you're away. He's away. Right, yeah. You're away, and that's a really important thing. If you've got players comfortable on the ball, you can get in the opposition half, and you can start dictating how you want. And I think we've seen that in the second half. On Saturday, you've seen the way we moved the ball, we manipulated the ball really well, really cleverly, and it helped us create chances.
Do you think, just before we finish, with obviously Morgan Schneiderlin's out now, don't know how long it is, but he's going to, I would imagine it's till the international break, a hamstring, they're not going to want to take any chances with that. So it's probably a couple of games, isn't it? He'd probably miss Bournemouth and Huddersfield, and then maybe West Ham or only might be able to get a back foot. That'd be 4 weeks, so you'd think that. Do you think Gylfi could drop back into like an 8? Because do we need, I know Schneiderlin, we were saying on the final word how key he was for that area, and Garner leaves that position a little bit, but I don't think we've got anybody else who could play Schneiderlin's position.
I think Gylfi could. But the question mark is there anyone who could play Gylfi's position at this moment?
I'm just thinking Bernard.
Well, it depends if he's fit, though, isn't it? And it depends. It depends about the it depends about the fluidity of the team at this point.
So who goes in then right now, Davis or Besic?
No, Besic for me is nowhere near this squad.
Okay.
Besic is gone as far as I'm concerned. I think Tom could come in, but you just have to. But you have to change things. You have to change things around. You can have those. See, think about it is right. You could almost say to Tom, or I think this is what we see in the second half. In the first half against whoever we were playing on Saturday, Southampton, I think what we did was we had a midfield triangle, and it was almost that shape, right? But second half we had a midfield triangle that shape. So rather than someone sitting in front of the back four, we had someone sitting in front of their back four, and I think you can do that as long as you are happy that everyone knows their jobs and people and I think that can happen with Gylfi. I think Gylfi, it's an away from home. I think Gylfi will just be asked to just drop a little bit naturally because we're playing away from home, and he'll look for
it'll probably be a 4-3-3 on Saturday.
But that's what I'm saying.
To a 4-2.
That's what I'm saying. You get that shape right in midfield, and you ask Gylfi to just drop and be part of that three. I think that might work. And then maybe for the home, the home game, and then maybe Bernard plays in the Rotherham game, and then you look to change it maybe for in that Huddersfield game. But I think in this game, you just leave Tom in, and you just say to all three, just
almost
do your
like a flat three.
Just do your jobs in that flat three. The front three will take care of the rest, and we'll go from there. But I think there is movement. I think you can have movements. I just look and think if you drop Gylfi in, I don't think Bernard's quite ready. But Bernard might come to a point where where you might be able to do that. I think Gylfi could sit in front of the back four and play like that. Again, no, that
you're taking away from him.
You're taking away, but also what you are doing as well, you're saying you've got to be more disciplined. And I think Gylfi's just one of those players that has he got that discipline in his locker. I think he can play in a flat three, but has he got the
I think he could play it as the 8. I do. I think he can, because he works that hard, and I think he's great.
I don't know if there's an 8 in this team though. As such,
but I think there has to be sometimes.
I don't know if there is though. I think.
Unless we just play a 4-1-2-3.
No, but away from home, I think there's room for 8. I just don't think away from home, I just don't think at home there's a room for 8. I know that sounds stupid, but I think you've got a 6. As such, you've got a holding midfielder, you've got a presser, and you've got a number 10. So Garner's the number 8.
Yeah, really? But say Garner became the 6, the holding midfield player.
Can he do that though?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I mean, he can. But because he was,
but didn't he do that? And he was immense at it when he started.
I don't know if this team just requires that little bit of discipline, that anchor point.
That's what I'm asking for. That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know if that's Gylfi's strength. I think, as I say, I think he can play in 3.
See, I just think there'll be times when he can play. Or if Garner goes the holding midfield player, then him and Bernard are almost level.
I can appreciate this is all getting a bit weird because we're just firing numbers. I think at home we play with a 6 and we play with a 10.
Yeah.
And Garner's here or there.
Okay.
Right, but away from home you play with an 8 and you play with a 10. You don't play with a 10.
Yeah. And you just have a 3.
And you have
a flat 3.
So it's.
It'll be interesting to see what he does now, because obviously, like we just said, Morgan's going to be out for a couple of weeks, best case scenario, and obviously Andre Gomez should be back in a couple of weeks.
All it is, it's just bad timing at the moment. It's just bad time. We've got the players there. That Gylfi shouldn't have to change position.
Yeah.
We've got the players. It's just that at this point of the season, the players that we've brought in are not ready yet. But
I suppose that one more thing just to add before we finish is we've got a week for, if it's Tom Davis, he's got a full week unbroken with a game to work on how they're going to play at Bournemouth. So, and you know what, maybe Davis will be a good fit for Bournemouth because they are fit and they do get around and get up and down the pitch, don't they?
Be a difficult game.
It'll be a very tough game.
But it's
they won both.
Gylfi's just. He's not a player to worry about. He's never been a player to worry about. I think people expect something from him every single game. I think they expect, and I think last season you expected it because you needed it. Whereas this season, I think quietly he'll be able to go about doing his job without that pressure on his shoulders, because other players on the pitch will happily take that pressure. Richarlison will happily take that pressure. Walcott will take that pressure, and I think He's going to be our player this season that pulls all the strings. He'll create opportunities like the one he created for Walcott on Saturday. I think he'll create that 2 or 3 times in the game once everybody's up to speed.
I think the beauty of this, what again I accept it's very, very early and things change, but there just looks like there's options in our team now, where last year it didn't look like they had anything.
I honestly believe, and this might sound a bit stupid, but I honestly believe Gylfi Sigurdsson could go through a game, right, without creating one chance and still be a 7
out of 10. Yeah,
because it's
not a number 7.
Because it's because his general play is good enough.
Good enough to.
But he will make chances, because he'll make chances from set pieces.
Even if he keeps the game ticking over, he can have a good game. It doesn't. It's not all about chances. If other people are making chances, it doesn't matter. When he's making chances, and Richarlison's making chances, and Walcott's making chances, and Jenkins and Baines is, and Coleman is, then fabulous. We'll hammer teams. There'll be other games where it might just be away from home and you're under the cosh, and Gylfi might just go open something up and you nick the game, and that'll be what he's measured on. But there could be them games when he just battles away.
In a lot of games, it's just most football games are about control. It's about having control of the ball. It's about and he's a player that helps you control the game of football because he keeps the ball well. And I said, if you surround him with other players, you keep the ball well, then he'll do a good job. He'll be part of the process, and that's what we need. We need more players in the team that help the process of controlling a game of football. So when you play an opposition and you're just keeping the ball and you're manipulating it and you're moving it around, something happens and bang you through. But you've got to get to that stage in a game where you're just sitting in someone's half and just moving it and manipulating it, and when that chance comes, you've got to take it. Sure. And that's what we haven't done for the last few years. I watch it, and this is why we don't win enough away games, because we go away from home and there's no sense of control. It's all frantic. We'll have a chance, you'll have a chance, we'll have a chance, you'll have a chance. It's no, we're going to sit in your half and we're just going to go bang, 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 control the game, and you're wearing the opposition down by doing that. As I say, City do that every game. They're the masters of it. But then when they get a chance, they take in. They win games like 6-1 and stuff, 4-0, whatever. Other teams have learned how to do that as well, really well. Just controlling the game, not letting the opposition get any kind of head of steam, because you don't even have to be creating chances when you're controlling the game. You're just stopping the opposition. You're making the opposition terrified, and that comes from having good players. And as I say, Gylfi Sigurdsson is a tremendous footballer, and anyone who says he isn't just hasn't got a clue. Just, I don't know, go and watch Bowls or something. Crown Green Bowls
or Cardiff.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments on Gylfi Sigurdsson. Do you like him? Are you sold by him? Do you want to go and buy one of our Gylfi Sigurdsson t-shirts that are available now? Okay. You don't have to. I mean, you get 25% discount.
Wait, so you're just letting them know?
I'm just letting them know.
Oh.
And you get 25% discount.
Is it open at the moment, though, the factory?
It will be back open tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, yeah. So it's back open tomorrow. Sure. So there you go. There's literally no excuses. You get 25% off and the factory's back open. There's no excuses. Unless you've spent all your money on us, which then that is a good excuse. I appreciate that.
Great excuse.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, get your videos in. If we say get your videos in and you send us a Tuesday topic message, no, it's not happening. Videos, WhatsApp, the number is there. WhatsApp, it's dead easy. Just do it on your phone and you just send it to us.
Or we transfer.
We transfer at toffeetv1@gmail.com. It's all there, and if you don't use it for the Tuesday topic, we'll put them all together and we'll get them on
we'll Q&A show, or
we'll do a Q&A, we'll do a Ask Us Anything show. Get them in, because we know you've all got questions, so get them in a video form. We want you to be the star of the show. We want me to be the star of the show, but that's fair enough. Right, we'll see you later.